Welcome to the BlueMilk Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything Star Wars related.
I'm Jacob.
I'm BJ.
I'm drinking.
And here we go.
Really?
Yeah.
Here we go?
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
I thought of something to talk about.
Whoa!
Yeah. Doesn't happen often. The Mandalorian.
I like those people.
Yeah, well, you like Mandalorians. I'm talking about the show, The Mandalorian, that they're making, that Jon Favreau, I believe.
Yeah, he's
the head dude. He's the head dude in charge of the overall direction of the show. Mm-hmm. But that they're doing some weird stuff with it. That, like, every episode has a new director.
I think so. Yeah. I think he directed the first episode.
But every episode is going to have a different director.
So kind of think of it as
different director or different writer?
Different director.
And Jon Favreau
that's got to be a mindfuck.
Yeah, and Jon Favreau isn't going to be he's not a writer.
He's executive producer.
Shit.
Think of it as kind of like how Kevin Feige is to Marvel. How he's like the head honcho of it, and he's executive producer, and he oversees the Marvel universe. Jon Favreau is the...
I thought that was Kathleen Kennedy.
No, that's Star Wars. That she is.
Oh yeah, Marvel. Kevin Feige. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's all under Disney anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Jon Favreau is kind of like the overseer for The Mandalorian. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Will that fall under Kathleen Kennedy and LucasArts?
Yeah, it does.
Lucasfilm?
Yeah.
So there'll probably be some gay droids and...
Gay droids are cool, though.
Gay droids are
I'm
cool.
okay with cool. Like, I want to see an orgy with nothing but droids. Yeah.
Oil everywhere.
Yeah. God knows. They love their oil baths. I mean, I'm just going off of what C-3PO said in Star Wars. But yeah, so...
Back to your topic.
Yeah, there's a different director for each episode, and then I thought I heard something about, like, interesting cast members or new cast members being brought in that they released. I thought I saw something about that.
Well, I know that they announced some of the cast members of, I don't know any of their names whatsoever, so...
Chris Rock.
No.
He'd make a great Mandalorian.
No.
It's fucking, Chappelle. Dave Chappelle.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Dave Chappelle would make a great Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I'm here for all the Force users!
Amy Schumer.
Why would you even mention that?
She would be like a fat Phasma.
Cast members.
I don't know any of their names, so it would be kind of...
Perfect to bring up then.
Yeah.
That's great.
I thought you knew a bunch of stuff about The Mandalorian. I remember...
I can know some of the characters, like one of the main guy that everyone thinks that is actually going to be the Mandalorian is from Game of Thrones.
Perfect.
Yeah, he got killed.
Oh,
He's just full of information today.
The guy that people think that's going to be the main character, or the Mandalorian in The Mandalorian, is the gentleman that played, I believe, the King of Dorne?
Yes.
And got his head crushed by the mountain during a duel.
Okay.
Spoiler for Game of Thrones.
It's not spoilers. The mountain, crushed his eyes in during a duel and, killed him. But he killed the mountain with a poisoned blade, so it was kind of a double kill kind of thing. But, yeah, so that gentleman is supposedly going to be the...
Mandalorian.
What they think.
Yeah.
They don't know. It's just...
So is this just going to follow one particular Mandalorian, and do we know who that Mandalorian is? Is it somebody that we already know?
I don't
Timeline-wise, where is it set?
This is a great topic because we know nothing about this whatsoever.
Well, this is a good way to hypothesize. Yeah. I thought it was taking place after
episode 6, I think.
It's taking place after 6?
After 6, yeah.
So is this in the 30 years... So this is taking place in the 30 years between 6 and 7?
Yeah.
Is the theory.
I believe so. If not, I'm pretty sure I know it's definitely after 3.
Okay, well, that would make sense, because it would be really weird. Well, I mean, if... if it was following anyone, it would have to follow Boba Fett. If it was before 5.
Well, I mean,
no, 6, because Fett dies in 6.
You can have a... Well, you know.
I don't know. Boba Fett, according to the canon prior, was the last Mandalorian.
But there's multiple Mandalorians on Mandalore. They went to a civil war, but that doesn't mean they're all killed. Like, literally, that's... Allegedly, on Star Wars Rebels, there's still the clans of the Mandalore.
They still exist?
There's still a whole bunch of clans and all that stuff. Yes, they're under...
Are they going to show up in 7? In Season 7?
No, that's the Clone Wars.
Clone
Resistance.
Wars. Not Resistance, Rebels.
Rebels, sorry.
Resistance
God,
is bad.
Fucking hell!
There's so many shows!
God!
There's so many cartoons!
Rebels. Rebels is where the clans from the Mandalorian clans are in.
And Rebels takes place before episode 3. 4.
And Rogue One.
You psychotic nerd!
Yeah, because the Ghost, that's the ship that they fly around in.
Is in Rogue One.
In Rebels is in Rogue One.
And also
in the final battle.
And also Chopper, who's the R2 unit. I don't know, he's not an R2 unit, but the robot that's in Rebels.
He's an astromech droid.
Yeah, he's also in Rogue One. And then the Twi'lek is also referenced in Rogue One. They say Captain
Hera?
Yeah, Hera Syndulla.
Oh, they mention her?
They mentioned General Syndulla.
Is she a general?
Yeah, at that point, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
By the time of Rogue One?
Rogue One, yeah.
Because that's when they mention her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So yeah, that's... I know it's definitely after 3, and so they don't have
probably taking place during the 30-year gap.
I believe so.
In between 6 and 7.
I hope so. We need some more Mandalorians.
Now, okay, since they've brought the information out saying that a different director will direct each episode, do you think it might be something like Amazing Stories?
Maybe. That'd be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool.
Where it's like very episodic, they don't really have any ties, they just involve the guy.
Each one is its own little
That'd
story.
be kind of cool. It's like he's a cowboy that goes to different towns and whatnot. Sort of like that.
Well, he'd probably be a Mandalorian, but yeah.
That's what you know what I meant.
Star Wars is based off spaghetti westerns, but I mean, effectively, it would be like the Clint Eastwood's Man with No Name series of movies.
Yeah.
But it put into an episodic science fiction theme.
That would be fucking cool.
I like that idea, dude.
I would fucking dig that shit.
Of course, I also love Amazing Stories. So.
Yeah, I love Amazing Stories as well.
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone, Amazing Stories, Outer Limits.
Yep.
All very good shows. So it would be interesting to see them. The thing is The Mandalorian is based on one character, so I'm guessing they are going to strive for an overarching story arc.
Probably.
But
I feel like it's going to be more towards, like how Marvel has their characters on Netflix and Netflix series.
The ones that existed?
Yeah.
That don't exist anymore for the most part?
It would be more like that because each of those episodes...
Hulu's putting in a bid to get a Mac.
Really?
Yeah, Hulu wants to pick them up.
Okay.
But yeah, the funny thing is that Disney owns a lot of Hulu.
Yeah, I know, which makes sense why Hulu would put in a bid for it.
Speak up.
How about if they only put it on their own streaming devices, their own streaming service?
I think Disney,
Jessica
whatever
Jones is so
they
good,
have,
though.
I don't think they're going to. Mostly because, the main dividing factor on the shows is that the head of Marvel Studios hates the idea of televised episodic episodes of Marvel shows. He was against the Netflix shows to be being put out in the first place.
Really?
Yeah.
But
he's all for the cinematic universe and keeping that all in
movies.
He's very much against the shows.
But it was also more of a feud between the head of the series, the Marvel series that are on TV, and the cinematic universe.
Because the showrunners.
There was two different showrunners. There was Kevin Feige for the movies, and and then there was this other guy who was doing all of the television series and whatnot. And that's why there was, you don't see a lot of like the big guys in those smaller.
Well, you don't see any of them.
Many hours later.
Yeah, but no, they're separate directors for each episode, unless there's like a part 1, part 2, part 3.
So that brings up the question, if they can do that with those episodes, then why the hell can't they do that with Star Wars and make it flow properly?
That's a good question. I mean, honestly, I don't know why we don't have more Star Wars TV shows, because I mean, if you look at it, like, Star Wars is the main contender versus Star Trek. Mm-hmm. Like, those two have always been, like, the same, like, the two sides of one coin. And the fandom is divisive and everything like that, but like when you think of Star Wars, Star Trek is also thought of as well. Like, that's just how it goes. They're hand in hand.
Most of like the people who don't pay attention to like Star Wars or Star Trek completely get the two confused as well.
Yeah, like they're often considered hand in hand.
Some do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Santos.
It's true. But I'm just saying, like, Star Trek originated as a TV show. Mm-hmm. It has flourished as a TV show. There have been, like 5? There's TNG, or TOS, TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, Discovery.
Yeah, I think so.
Discovery's still going, I believe. It's on season 2.
Yeah.
And then it has also spawned just as many movies.
More movies than Star Wars, actually.
Yeah, there are more movies for Star Trek than there are for Star Wars. Because I don't know how many Star Trek movies are there.
Let's see. There's 7 of the original. Then there's Generation. No, wait a minute. Yeah, no. There's 6 of the original.
6 of the original, because 6 is the undiscovered
Generations.
Country.
Was
Generations, First Contract.
Contact.
First Contract. First. So Generations, First Contact,
Insurrection.
Or I feel like we're missing one in there.
Nemesis?
Nemesis is the last one.
Gotcha.
I thought there was one that started with an O.
I'll be right back.
6 months later.
So it's Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, Nemesis.
Gotcha.
We did not miss one.
Okay, so there are 4.
4 of the new.
Yeah, 4 of the new, and then
so
6 of the old.
Movies.
So there's 10 movies total so far.
Plus the 2 new ones. 3 new ones.
Yeah, from the Kelvin universe. Yeah. So, that's 13 movies and 6 television series over the span of 50 years.
They started
so
in
it's
the 60s,
making money.
Yeah.
It's definitely making money.
Well, it's not. Clearly, but I'm not saying like. I'm not saying that. I'm not comparing it money-wise. I'm just simply stating, like, Star Trek started as a TV series. Why can't Star Wars have a fucking TV series?
Well, that's what they're doing with Resistance and Clone Wars.
Those are
Rebels,
cartoons, and there was a cartoon. There was an animated TV show for Star Trek as well.
That's true. For both, because there was the Star Wars animated thing for a while, which didn't go over very well.
Well, there was different types of animated shows. I mean, honestly, because there was one that was droid-centric. There's the one that followed the droids, and then there was, like, other just, like, shorts.
There was the Ewok thing, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's been a lot of, like, spin-offs and stuff like that, but, I mean, I'm talking about, like, a live-action TV show, because Star Trek originated as a live-action TV show in the 60s.
So you want to see Star Wars the series?
Yes, like an episodic, like, how was it, 24 episodes? Is it 24-hour-long episodes to one season? Because I think that isn't... No, it's not. It's 12, isn't
24-hour-long episodes would be great.
No, 24 one-hour-long episodes.
Okay. All right.
Or I don't think that's how seasons go nowadays. I think if it's an hour long, I think it's like 12 episodes. I don't know.
Depending on which type you do.
Yeah, it depends.
You can do 18, 22, depends on where the fuck they want to
Well, if it's an hour-long episode, they generally make it shorter season.
If you go with, like, Game of Thrones, they have 8 episodes coming out this season. The new season that's coming out.
Yeah, but it's the last season.
Yeah. And they're like hour-and-a-half long episodes.
That's true.
And they're actually full hour long because it's HBO.
Yeah.
If you have Arrow and everything, they have 22 episodes and they're about 43 minutes because of commercials and all that stuff.
Okay.
So if you do the 43 minutes, you can have 22 episodes for that.
Yeah, so something along those lines, but where it's essentially a full season, and they're full episodes, and they're released on in an episodic fashion. Why can't they make something like that for Star Wars? They don't have to follow Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. They don't have to follow those. It could literally be. I'm thinking I'm imagining that's what the Mandalorian's supposed to kind of fill. That's the gap in the Star Wars universe that they're making it to fill. But I don't. But it's specifically.
I can see Quantum Leap, where it's the same dude in every one, but different situations for each.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
It's just bouncing all over the place.
Kind of like Stargate a little bit too.
Yeah,
as well.
Stargate would actually be more fitting for what the Mandalorian, because I feel like if each episode is directed by a different director, then the writers can write in an overarching story and everything like that, but every episode should have a different feel because it's a different director. So I'm thinking it would be more fitting along the lines of the Mandalorian kind of planet hops, and every week is a new episode where he's just a new adventure on a new planet or something along those lines.
Kind of also
there might be part 1, part 2.
Yeah,
I can see that.
What happens if we get a Firefly-esque Star Wars?
That won't happen because it's not Joss Whedon.
No, but I'm just saying that
would be cool.
That would be so fucking cool.
I'm not a huge fanboy of Firefly like everyone else is. I'm more of a Farscape man, and even if it was Farscape, it would be badass. Yeah, I know. If it was Farscape, that would be amazing too. Just imagine if the Mandalorian gets stranded in a different part, in a random part of the Star Wars universe that we've never seen. And, he has to figure out a way to get out of it. Because that would be very similar to Farscape and would actually kind of be interesting. Because, you would get to see and experience... What if the Mandalorian gets stranded in the unknown region?
Okay.
What will probably happen is it'll get stranded on a fucking Tatooine. Because everything takes place on Tatooine.
That's true. Well, it could start on Tatooine, I'm sure, because that's where a lot of the imagery for the Mandalorian right now pretty much says it. It looks like a desert Adobe-esque kind of place that is exactly like Tatooine.
Could be Tatooine, could be Jeddah, could be Jakku.
Any of the desert planets that Star Wars seems to have, because they're all, as we all know, Star Wars planets only have one biome. There's a desert planet, there's ice planets, there's forest planets, it's one planet, one biome. Always. Because that's how all the Star Wars planets have been.
Mm-hmm. Except for Alderaan.
Yeah, but Alderaan got blown up.
Now it's no planet.
That's correct. It is one biome. Asteroids.
But that would be... Oh my god, I had a thought. It would make sense if it started in Jakku, because Jakku is off near the unknown regions.
Okay.
And whatnot.
Alright.
So it'd be kind of interesting.
The reason I think it would be interesting if it went into the unknown region is because that's primarily Chiss space.
Yeah.
So we would get to see a lot of interactions with the Chiss for once. Because, Disney has clearly brought Thrawn. The Chiss do exist in Disney canon.
Oh, yeah.
The Chiss ascendancy, the empire that exists, that the Chiss are under, that exists in the unknown region, does indeed exist. It's been stated that it is in the unknown region in Disney canon. And Thrawn does exist in Disney canon. He's been in both Rebels and Clone Wars.
No, not Clone Wars. His books.
Well, the books overlap with Clone Wars, don't they?
But he's not in Clone Wars. No.
Okay, yeah. He's not in the Clone Wars. He could be
in Episode 7. Or
Season 7. He could be in Season 7. We don't know yet.
There could be a lot of tie-ins, because that's where actually, to kind of go a little bit off topic, but also kind of on the same, before Anakin and Obi-Wan go to Coruscant, they actually are on Mandalore to help, because Darth Maul comes back and tries to overthrow Mandalore again. And Ahsoka's there, and that's where they all meet up again.
At the end of 6?
No, that's during
Season 6, sorry.
No, that's during the Ahsoka novel is when they do that, and then Obi-Wan and Anakin get called off to go to Coruscant to save the
Well, there's also the Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah.
Which does kind of overlap
a little bit during the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
But not the animated series. The era of the Clone Wars. Thrawn's not in the series.
Yeah.
Easiest way to pronounce that.
He's not in the animated series. He's not in the movie, but his books overlap with that time period. So, but it would be interesting, since they've brought Thrawn and the Chiss as a race into Disney canon, it would be interesting to see them utilize that asset in a more prominent fashion by throwing him into the unknown region, because it would give them the opportunity to. It would be the most interesting way to play around with a lot of unknown species of aliens, because it is the unknown region. It's not explored as much, so you could actually see some really different things that you just haven't seen in Star Wars in general. Like, they could throw the use of Vong in there. They could throw the Chiss out. They could do a lot of things. They could
Vulcans.
Not Vulcans. No, that's Star Trek.
But they might do it.
They're not going to do a crossover event. I'm just saying
that would kill everyone.
Yeah, it would.
Like right now.
Well, they would have to pay so much money to Universal to get the rights to put Vulcans.
The thing is that right now the Star Wars fandom are at each other's throats, and the Star Trek fandoms are at each other's throats. There's no real it's a standby between the two fandoms right now, because they're all trying to.
They're trying to settle their own fandoms. Because
then they'll continue the war after
Star Wars is divided right now because there's the people that like the new shit and there's the people that like the old shit.
Yes.
And it's the same thing with Star Trek. There's the people that like the new shit and the people that like the old shit. So both fandoms are divided right now. We've covered this.
Yeah.
In previous episodes. So you can go ahead and go back and watch that episode. I don't know what it is. We'll put it up here. Anywho. I'm just saying, Mandalorian has a lot of potential. It would be nice to see it lived up. I'm not personally looking forward to it still, just because it's like it's a Mandalorian. I don't really care about the Mandalorians. Jacob has the biggest hard on for him, and he's chomping at the bit to see this fucking show. He wants to see it. He's hoping it's good, but he's cynical enough to realize that it could be shit, especially considering the track record Disney has right now.
I just hope it's a good story. If it's a good story, well, I won't be able to watch it, but yeah.
No, we'll be able to watch it.
Okay.
Oh! If we're able to watch it, should we do reviews on it?
Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Let's do reviews on it.
Reviews
we
of
can.
the Mandalorian.
Considering we won't do full episode reviews.
No, not like what we
We'll
did
just
Resistance.
do a
We're not
quick-
going to torture you with that stuff.
Yeah, we'll watch
Quick
it.
overview.
We'll watch the episode, and then we'll give you a review of the episode. There you go.
Take 5-10 minutes
Yeah.
and talk about it, and then move on to real shit.
Yeah.
Move on to unless it opens up doors.
We'll see.
True.
We'll see. Because, like I said, there's a lot of potential to the Mandalorian to do some interesting things, considering there haven't really been any episodic shows for Star Wars.
When's the first episode supposed to
It's
hit?
supposed to come out at the end of 2019.
Okay.
Same about Clone Wars.
They're going to do it
most
at
likely,
the same time as episode 9?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of Star Wars at the end of this year. Clone Wars Season 7, Mandalorian, and Episode 9. Which means...
Okay.
All around the same time, huh?
Which means Celebration Chicago's going to be fucking filled with all of that shit. They're going to
Including Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob will be there.
And...
He will fill Celebration.
Fuck you, I'm not that fat.
all of Celebration. He'll fill it good.
Take it as you will.
Allegedly.
No, please don't take it.
Take it real good, dude. Dude. Salt and pepper. But yeah, it's this year can be good. I will have my high hopes with Clone Wars because it's Clone Wars, and Dave Filoni usually does no wrong except for Resistance.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave Filoni's name is all over Resistance, and that's a rough watch.
He did really good with Rebels and Clone Wars, so if he just stays with the things that he loves and stays away from this fucking Disney shit, Resistance, because you can totally see the influence from Disney with Resistance. Rebels, you can see a little bit, but it still has that, like, Star Wars-iness.
Core.
Yes. Where Resistance...
It feels too much like you could replace the Star Wars theme on the show with, like...
Any other theme?
Any Disney themed kind of, like... I don't know.
The Mickey Mouse Club?
Yeah, there you go. Just, like, replace the theme with, like, Goofy, Donald, and Mickey. And you would pretty much have, like, it would feel exactly like the old shows.
Mickey Mouse Club
Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And all that, so, I mean...
So, high hopes. Looking forward to Mandalorian. Looking forward to Clone Wars. Looking forward to Episode 9. Hopefully. Try to keep my hopes really low for Episode 9.
Keep the standards low, that way, you know, an ant can crawl over the bar.
And be like, hey, that's good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Well, as long as you enjoy it, that's all that matters. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a good movie, because, I mean, as we've stated in the past, like, episodes 4, 5, and 6 are often critiqued as being not good movies. But
And I don't understand that.
it's because they say they're either, like, the pacing is too slow, like, the cinematography is not good. Like, they just... People find shit to criticize on movies all the time, which is one of the reasons why I personally just don't critique movies. I'm like, did I enjoy it? Yes. Well, then it's fine. It's a fine movie.
I mean, if you compare the cinematography of A New Hope to, like, Inception or something like that, then yes, the cinematography sucks.
Difference in technology.
But difference in age, difference in...
Age doesn't mean anything. It's difference in technology. And the people that are doing the effects and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, if Star Wars wasn't fucking there in 1977, Inception wouldn't be in 2012. It'd be...
We don't know, though.
Yeah, we really don't know. Like, we don't know how the evolution of cinematography would exist with certain things. Because, I mean, you know, there are a lot of other movies that were made that could have easily jump-started.
Star Wars was still...
Forbidden Planet.
A pioneer.
That's not a good movie, though.
Yeah, it is. That's an excellent movie. I love that movie.
Just like the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That opened up so many doors for acting.
Or Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That was horrible. That was horrible. The 50-foot tall woman.
50-foot tall woman was awesome. Because just imagine having sex with her.
No.
You just... It's
No.
like... It's
I'm
like
pretty
Vor.
sure I saw that in Dude's Where's My Car.
It's like Vor. You just get sucked into it. Full body. And then you dissolve because that thing's pretty caustic in there. Anyway.
Oh my god! Holy shit! So back to Star Wars!
Well, So, an interesting thing that I also saw that's apparently happening is...
A 50-foot woman?
No, they're moving forward with an actual Dune remake.
That's not Star Wars related.
Why are we remaking Dune?
Because they want to make it... They want to make it good.
Because Hollywood can't think
Honestly,
it
it
was good.
Yeah, I know. I thought the sci-fi version was really good.
It's because Hollywood can't
No,
make their own fucking
We know.
their own freaking shows.
It's the same bitch I've had since we started this.
That's why they're restarting Stargate. They're restarting Dune.
Oh yeah, they're rebooting Stargate.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What else we got?
Well, I mean, okay, so let's go back to, like, The Mandalorian
Yeah.
a little bit more. What do you want to see in the actual stories themselves? If they're going to be Because you were saying that you wanted, like...
I would like to see, not necessarily diversity in alien races, because they have that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times that when watching, like, one of the movies or anything along those lines, or reading the books, you get the impression that there's just a lot of cultural diversity and diversity amongst species everywhere you turn.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's definitely covered. I'm thinking, like, diversity in planets. Like, I want to see, like, a planet with different types of biomes. And technically Alderaan didn't. Alderaan, the aspects of Alderaan that you see are literally, like, mountain ranges and Alps. Like, that's it.
Mountain ranges and forests.
Yeah, like, alpine forests on the side of mountain ranges.
And plains. And city.
You don't really see a lot of plains, you see valleys. In between all the mountains.
But inside those valleys, there's plains.
No, that's not a plain. That's literally a fucking valley. That's what that is. Allegedly. But anywho, I would like to see a little more diversity where, like, you know, the Mandalorian starts in a city and maybe, like, you know, a kind of, you know, modernized cityscape, but then leaves the city. Not the planet. Leaves the city, goes out into, like, a countryside, and there's, like, you know...
Rapes a sheep.
He can if he wants to. I don't give a shit. I mean, it's really... He can do whatever he wants. But,
we don't...
I'm just saying, like, goes out to, like, a countryside...
The BlueMilk Podcast does not condone the raping of sheep.
But he goes out into, like, a countryside, and then, like, you know, there's a forest, and then he goes a little further, and there's, like, a mountain range, and he goes a little further, and there's, like, a desert, or a tundra.
You're going too far, man. You gotta stick two...
Like,
because we only have one, we gotta go 2 biomes now.
No, I'm like, literally, like, a planet like Earth, that has, like, a diverse collection of fucking biomes. I would like to see a planet that exists in fucking Star Wars that's kind of like that.
Naboo. It has two. It has 2.
It has swamp.
It has underwater, swamp, and plains.
Well, underwater isn't... Yeah, I guess underwater could be construed as a biome.
That's 3 biomes right there.
Yeah, I guess. I would like to see a desert. I would like to see a desert and a polar cap on a planet.
I think you're asking for way too much right now, man.
Yeah, because I mean, I'd rather. Why can't they have like
decent story
there's
over
hot
biomes?
Well, no, they could have decent story in those, but I would like to see I would like to see him travel around a planet and that planet be more than just it's a desert planet, or be more than just an ice planet, or be more than just a forest planet, because it's literally what every planet has been in Star Wars so far. There's the forest moon of Endor, which is literally just nothing but forest. There's Tatooine, or Jakku, which is literally nothing but desert. There's Hoth, which is nothing but ice.
And snow.
Yeah. Which is just frozen water.
And caves.
And
mountain ranges.
No, it doesn't have mountain ranges.
Yes, it does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, but they're all made out of ice.
Yeah, they are all
Are they all
snowed
ice?
over.
Well,
They're all coated.
Coated with snow and cocaine.
Well, you don't know. It might be like 2 glaciers that crash into each other to make them...
Still coated.
It's coated in snow. It's all
Cocaine.
ice.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
It's cocaine.
Sure.
The cocaine.
Or like that planet that's covered in salt and then turns red. I mean, like whatever planet that was named at the end of 8. The Not Hoth.
The Not Hoth.
The Not Hoth. That's what I'm going to call it because that's literally what it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
allegedly.
In place of, not in addition to.
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting and then I remember, so then I attack it on at the end. But yeah, I would just like to see a normal fucking planet. How about that?
Or we could also see it turn The Mandalorian into Star Wars 1313.
Yeah?
That would be a good fucking story.
Well, I mean, we don't know the full story of Star Wars 1313. I mean, we know what it was supposed to entail, but we don't know the full details of it, and it probably will never come to light because they never made the fucking game. So that's buried somewhere in like a desk or in a fucking box somewhere in the back of a closet or
Well,
something.
there you go. Instead of remaking Dune, why don't you work on
Star Wars 1313.
Star Wars 1313?
And that can be...
Well, instead of remaking Dune, why don't you just make another live-action Star Wars show?
A good one.
Or they could just make a television series that is Dune. That would be more accurate to the book, instead of just making like another movie. But yeah, no. Like, why don't they just make another live-action TV show that's Star Wars?
Yeah.
Like,
Star Wars
and
is a
not-
moneymaker.
And not theme it off of like a Mandalorian. Why don't they just make it off of like some rando Jedi or something like that?
It doesn't even have to be a Jedi.
Well, no, because they could actually go
Well, you
back.
do need a decent main character in there.
Well, I
to
understand,
carry it
but-
through.
I understand that, but I mean, like, they could actually place the story, like, during the prequels or before Episode 1. And it'll be like a Jedi going off and doing some adventure or something like that.
That'd be really cool. Like
Yeah.
the Jedi and his Padawan or something like that. And it
Or before you even get to the Padawan. Like, you could actually have the drama of the Padawan, of, like, acquiring a Padawan or, like, finding someone that's the Padawan, and then, like, the drama of training it. Like, all that could be worked
Dooku
into
and
the story.
Qui-Gon.
No, it doesn't follow any of the named people because we've already known them. I'm talking, like, a complete
Rando.
unknown. Like, a rando character.
That's
No, it is, actually. It is. Because if you're
Yeah.
excited for The Mandalorian and that's a
Exactly.
rando character,
Exactly.
then it can just as
Well,
easily work with something else.
We don't know if it's a random.
No, he's a
character.
Mando character. But I'm...
I'm gonna fucking stab you.
Dude.
Please.
No, I'm pretty
Allegedly.
certain it's been stated. I'm pretty certain at some point that that the Mandalorian they're following is not Boba Fett.
It's not Boba Fett.
Okay.
It's not Boba Fett.
So it-
So it is a rando.
It is indeed just some
Amanda.
new character that they're making up just for the show.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I'm like, why can't they do that with some other show? Like, make another show that's themed around, a Jedi, or, heaven forbid, a Sith.
I know.
2.5 Jedi.
No, because that's stupid. That's really stupid.
Well,
I would hate to see a sitcom version of Star
Oh,
Wars.
shit.
That would...
With the canned laughter and all
Oh, that would be
and-
bad. Or like Friends.
Yeah.
That would be
Terrible.
bad.
more like, how about The Office? More like The Office would be Parks and Recreation.
No, The Office is terrible.
Okay, what about Parks and Recreation?
No, that's terrible too. How about Coupling? Have you seen Coupling?
Yeah, I've heard of it, I think.
Yeah.
That's a
BBC
British show,
show,
yeah. Yeah. It's Simon Pegg.
It's amusing.
Yeah, it can be. No, I don't want it to be like any... I mean, it can be like
yeah,
anything.
don't be like anything. Be something new.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to be like anything, follow the formula of, like, the successful science fiction series that have come out for generations before you.
Not like Anaconda or... Jeez.
No, those are movies. I'm talking, like...
Sharknado.
I'm talking, like, Star Trek, episodic shows,
Yes.
Farscape, Stargate,
like we said, Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone, Outer
Tales from the
Limits,
Crypt.
Amazing
They're bringing
Crypt,
back
Tales
Twilight
from
Zone
the Crypt.
too, actually.
Yeah, they are bringing back Twilight
They're
Zone.
bringing back Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because that was intended to be different.
Yeah. I would like to see them bring back Amazing Stories, but
Me too.
yeah, like something along those veins, where it's like every week different story. It would be really cool if there wasn't even like a main character for an overarching
So more like Twilight Zone.
more like
Yeah.
Twilight Zone or Amazing Stories, where like literally each episode is a self-contained. Like they could do like part 1, part 2 if they ever wanted to, but for the most part, like each episode is its own self-contained little short story
But that
about
won't
a
happen
random character.
because the show's called The Mandalorian.
Well, no, I'm talking about like a different show. Like if
Oh.
they like instead
Okay,
of
yes,
remaking
yes,
Dune,
yes.
why don't they do this
Yes.
instead?
A Star Wars story.
Yeah,
They just call it a Star
or
Wars
Star Wars stories.
Yeah.
There you go.
Story time with C-3PO.
No, Star Wars stories. Like just name a show, Star Wars stories, and every week or every other week or how often you want to fucking do it, but it's like an hour-long episode, and it's like just a self-contained story about like a group of characters or one character or however you want to do it, but like just a story, and every week or every new episode is just a different story. They can be short stories, they can be like 1 or 2 episodes, they could be a 3-parter. You can do it however you want, but like each one is set up like that. That sounds cool.
Now I am being serious with this. What happens if they get like different, like for the beginnings you have like a different narrator, so you can have like Mark Hamill be a narrator for one of the episodes. James Earl Jones as like famous people from Star Wars, not playing any of the characters, but just narrating.
I wouldn't mind
Samuel L.
that.
Jackson as one of them.
It's a possibility.
I don't mind that.
That would be
narrating. They wouldn't narrate the whole story. They would pretty much do like the
Just
narration
an
of the
opening.
setup,
Kind of like
in the
how
opening.
Twilight Zone, how they did a setup and everything. It would be
Yeah,
It was
with
the same dude.
Rod Sterling.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be the same dude. It'd be a different person for each story.
Maybe.
And the person narrating might have something to do with the overall theme. Like if the story dealt with the dark side, you have James Earl Jones,
Christopher Lee,
or like Palpatine.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee's dead.
Ian McDermott.
Oh yeah, Christopher Lee's dead.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right. Bring him back. Make him a Force Ghost.
That would be sad. But no, I mean, the guy that played Grievous, like the voice actor for Grievous, the voice actor for Boba Fett, if you're having like bad guy themed episodes, you could have like these bad guys pretty much do the opening narration to kind of set the mood, kind of thing. All of these things are really cool ideas, and I don't know why they haven't moved forward with any of this. Because honestly, if we're thinking about it now, I guarantee you someone at Disney has thought of this shit before, and I don't know why they don't put it out.
Why is it being held back?
Yeah, what's the holdup? Maybe they just feel like it isn't going, like something like that wouldn't be successful. But
No,
I mean,
that can totally be that's like a family-friendly thing. You
Yeah.
get the entire family sitting around a TV, and you get to experience a story together. Just like how Twilight Zone. Like I remember going every New Year's
or Star Trek.
Oh, yeah.
when Sci-Fi did their thing with Twilight Zone. Me, my mom, and my dad would all watch Twilight Zone the entire fucking day.
Yep.
And that was a family thing. They can do that with Star Wars. It's Star Wars.
Yeah. And they want to make it family friendly because it's Disney, so
Yeah.
I mean it's still relevant, but they could definitely do something along these themes to do that. I mean, you can even make the episodes have some kind of like moral or something theme behind it. I don't really give a shit, but like, I mean, just try
The
to like.
BlueMilk Podcast does not condone any moral behavior, or
I think that's accurate.
Yeah, we're very amoral. Anyway,
nope, there is no anyway.
regardless. Allegedly.
Should that be our new thing? Is whenever we say allegedly?
If you can remember it.
Oh God!
Literally, allegedly.
Figuratively.
Oh, I like that too.
Figuratively.
Anyway. So, thank you for joining us this week on BlueMilk Podcast. Join us next week when we put out another episode at 7 o'clock on Mondays. Be sure to check out our sister podcasts at Real Film Nerds, as well as The Mile High Show. The Mats will appreciate you greatly, and they will treat you well.
Tell them that you were sent there by the podcast. There we go. Words hard.
I'm sorry.
So be sure to like, share, subscribe, and
We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
YouTube.
Well, you're watching us now on
Twitter. Yeah, you already said Twitter.
I already said Twitter. I already said Facebook. I already said Instagram.
Yeah.
Catch me at Celebration. If
Yeah,
you're
be sure
going to
to catch-
Celebration.
Yeah, be sure to actually, if you do go to Celebration, be sure to find Jacob, because he should have some exclusive swag
Yeah.
from the BlueMilk Podcast that's only going to be handed out during Celebration.
True.
So,
Yeah, and then live coverage at BlueMilk at Celebration. A lot of live streams after panels and whatnot too that I'm planning
yarp.
on. So yeah. Hasta luego.
Bye.
Come to the dark side.